Connor asks, I know they're not technically prospects anymore, but can you please tell me you like Cruz and Castro because you made too much sense about Nick Gonzalez?
Yeah, so, I mean, Oneil, you just – I don't know what's going to happen, but I was super duper high on him as a prospect at various points. There was actually a window where I came off a little bit, probably closer to like 60 or 70 overall. But at some point, when he was 21 and not long after, it was even before the trade, where he had grown like 2 or 3 inches in the span of like a year on the Dodgers backfields. And yeah, you just were like, holy crap, what's this guy going to be? He's still playing shortstop and he's 6'8" in his spikes. And, but then there's other stuff like, the year he was in the fall league, there were times when he would like forget his jersey, like there were just when I was watching over the course of 6 weeks in the fall league, he's not the sharpest tool in the shed. He's super duper talented, but he's not it's not like Mookie Betts or, these, guys where, JD Martinez, where they're super duper self-aware of like everything that they're doing. O'Neill's kind of out there floating and, sometimes seems aloof. And that's tough, when you're trying to make that guy play the most important defensive position on the field, maybe. And, to have a guy like that there, he's got I don't know if he's going to grow up. Like, he's still 24. Our brains aren't fully formed on average until we're 25. Like, I don't know. But I hope so. Certainly, he's so unbelievably gifted that I think he's going to be an impact player no matter what happens to him on defense. His approach is terrible and has always been an issue. But again, like, there just aren't dudes who look like this, who like have this much power with zero effort at all. Guys this long tend to break late too. And so, yeah, like you give this guy every opportunity. And I really think at some point, he's going to have some seasons where he's a monster, where he's like a 7+ WAR guy with 40 homers, and maybe he runs well enough to play center field, or he's got like a crazy, elite defensive first base profile, because like it doesn't matter where Liover Peguero throws it, a guy this big is going to get it, So like I wouldn't worry about it. It's going to take time. He's not a polished baseball player, but yeah, like I wouldn't sweat that one. Just let it air out and see what happens. And feel good about it, because no one else gets to have a guy like that. John Morant might get hurt because of the way he plays, but I don't worry about that watching him. I'm just happy that we have a guy like that. I'm just happy we finally have a guy like that. And I think Oneil Cruz is sort of in that bucket. Rodolfo Castro, he's another one where like I hemmed and hawed. The heuristics of the profile are really good. It's switch hitting, multi-positional infielder with that kind of power. I do think he's going to play some sort of role. Do I think he's like an everyday infielder? Probably not. But a switch hitter with that kind of power who, in the right situation can impact the game. You got to run into, bases clearing double. You need a home run later, whatever. Like, get Kevin Newman out of there. Not that he's in there anymore, but like that type of guy. Get Adam Frazier out of there. Put this guy in.
We don't trash Adam Frazier around these parts.
Frazier's great, but if you're down 3 with 2 guys on in the 8th, who would you rather have taking a cut? Rodolfo Castro or Adam Frazier? Like, Adam Frazier's more likely to move the line, I guess.
Is the phone out of his pocket?
Does he keep the phone in his pocket? I missed
Not
that
anymore.
one.
I don't know.
Not
Not
anymore.
third with it.
You got third base, didn't get to home.
Yeah, I'm not aware of what you're referencing, but yeah, like
his first game after being promoted last year, he slid into third base and his iPhone fell out of his back pocket.
It was that Chase Bill too.
He got suspended a game for it. Yeah.
Oh man, my dude. Yeah, you're definitely gonna get reamed out for that. Yeah, man. What was someone telling me? I forget who the player was, and I would probably censor their name anyway. But yeah, there was a point where like someone was telling me about a prospect who was doing stuff like that, and like had their phone in the dugout, was like, bringing food into the dugout from like the clubhouse, like eating a full meal, like sitting in the dugout. And someone had to be like, son, like you're a professional baseball player now. Like you need to cut this shit out. And so, yeah, the phones, sometimes I could see it's reflexive. You just kind of throw the thing in your pocket. I'd rather throw it in my pocket than lose it, which is, a problem I have. And so, whatever, it happens. He was a 22-year-old kid, but yeah, like switch hitters with this much power who can play the infield, pretty rare thing. So I think he's a nice bit player to have around.
I've always kind of maybe, I don't know if you agree with this, compared him to Odor.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
That type of player.
Yeah.
It's just pop, but he's not going to be a guy you really want every day.
He's still, he's the line he had in like 200 and whatever it was plate appearances last year is probably about what you can expect. I bet he had, probably slugged like 440 or something like that.
He had like a 77 WRC plus, so it wasn't great, but
oh really? All right,
it wasn't.
I'm surprised by that.
No, Castro was above average. He was like 104.
Yeah.
I don't feel like he was above average. Maybe I'm looking at his.
Doesn't matter what you feel.
He was 103. 103.
Okay, well then his. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Was it like 277 expected, or like 290 or something like that? Crazy.
Oh, maybe it was worse than. Yeah, okay. I have his player page up now. So yeah, power derived. Yeah, you're on it. Like maybe he will regress based on his expected WOBA, but yeah, still like this guy as a piece coming off your bench, complimentary guy.
I had part of it right. Like, that'll work.
You were
It's so
you were
hard,
quite
Blake.
a bit off there. Yeah.
I'm usually right. Leave me alone, Jim.
No, you're good.
You all, thank you for watching. I know we try to provide the most entertaining content that we can, and we'd love to spread it to as many people as possible. So I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but if you could take the 5 seconds to like this video and subscribe to the page, it helps out so much more than you know. Thank you, and let's go Bucks.